on, y'all? Today we're going to be doing a kayak review of what I believe to be the cheapest pedal drive kayak on the market, coming to y'all at $12.99. This is the Hammerhead's kayak. I'm going to show y'all everything from the bow to the stern. Then we're going to head out on the water. We're going to do a speed, handling, and stability test, and basically show y'all everything y'all need to know about this kayak. But without further ado, let's dive into it, show y'all the kayak. All right, y'all, so we got the Hammerhead's kayak, and this is produced by Yellowhammer Kayak Fishing. I will put all the details down in the description, so if you're interested in these kayaks, just reach out to Eddie Murphy, number in the description, and he will let you know how to get a hold of one of these kayaks. But starting up here at the bow, the first thing we got is a pretty sturdy handle. Seems like it's built pretty good. Don't feel like it's going anywhere. But I like handles like that, something I can just sit there and grab, easy to grab, and load, unload my kayak. Moving on down through, we got our hatch right here. Our hatch is secured by these two little latches, so just pull them in and out, just like that. Boom. So to open up my hatch, here we go, and there it is. So your kayak, if you were to purchase one of these, is going to come with a rod holder, scupper plugs for all your scuppers, star mount for the rod holder, and yeah. But one of the things I like about this kayak is that the hatch is it doesn't go to the hull of the kayak. So if you were to get any water inside of here or anything like that, you're not going to get water into your kayak. So it does have a scupper hole in there, so it can drain water out of there. And it's, you know, it's not a huge hatch, but you can put a good soft tackle box or anything like that. If you were doing an overnight trip and you wanted to pack like a small sleeping bag, something like that, clothes, all that stuff should be able to fit right in here in this hatch. Close that up. All right, moving down through to the drive. So on this drive, just like our hatch, it's secured with the same style clips right there. So I got the drive in now. Taking the drive out is pretty simple. You just remove the console right here, which is secured by bungee straps right there. Take the console out, and all I got to do is line my prop up, and bam. Right, so now my prop's out right there. So if I'm running shallow or I got any kind of mud, grass, oyster, I need to pick my prop up, all I gotta do is take the console lid off, pull my prop out, and then I can paddle on to where I need to go. And then putting it back in place, same thing, reverse order. Set that prop down, put the console in place, bungee it down, and then you got a spot right here for, you know, your cup holder, a little bit of tackle tray, stuff like that. You also have deck, well, it's not deck, but you got deck mat right here. So any kind of, you know, tackle you drop or anything like that, or standing up, it's going to kind of dampen that noise. So that's nice to have right there. It's also comfortable if you're standing on it for long periods of time. Gives you a nice little cushion for your feet. So you got that. Then moving on down through it, you have aluminum track mounts, which is pretty nice to have. You can mount any kind of Yak Attack accessories or any kind of kayak accessories on the market today, pretty much mount with the Gear track mount. So that's nice to have. You got these running down through, and then you also have gear tracks right here. Now these are dedicated for your seat, so you can fully adjust by turning the knobs right here. You can move your seat forward if you're short, or you can move it all the way back if you're long, and then just tighten them down, and your seat's going to stay in position. So you do have full range of motion right there. For, you know, our people with long legs, short legs, this, that, and other. The seat also fully adjusts backwards, and, you know, if you want to lean back in a little bit, you just loosen your straps up, and then you can lean back. And then if you want more back support, you just tighten down on your straps right there, get your back support. From everything I can tell, the seat right here seems pretty sturdy. I don't feel like it's going anywhere. But nice, comfortable, wide seat. You also have your rudder control right here, and we're going to talk more about the rudder because I actually really like the way they set the rudder up on this kayak. But your rudder controls right here, and then you have two handles right here that are really sturdy. So if you want to sit there and get somebody on the other side of your kayak, pick it up, whatever you need to do, you got nice sturdy handles on the side of your kayak. All right, and this kayak comes with 3 flush mounted rod holders. You got these rod holders in the back that kind of shoot out at a 45. So if you were trolling or whatever, you just needed your rods out kind of away from you, you have those right there. And then you got this rod holder right here, which is nice to have. It shoots kind of back at a 45 this way. So if you got your rod and you're needing to retie, or you caught a fish, you need to get your rod out of the way, you can set your rod right here. It's still right there at you. Your line's not way away from you over here, and you can sit there and retie, do whatever you need to do, and pick it up. I do like a rod holder on a kayak that shoots back kind of towards the angler versus the ones that are traditionally kind of facing away from the angler. Kayak also comes with a little bit of storage right here, a little bit of dry storage. So you got your lock right there, open it up, and then you kind of got your dry bag right there. That does go down to the hull of the kayak. But if you got keys, phone, wallet, you can put that stuff right there. This does have a gasket on it, so should not get any water on the inside of it. Locks in place, good to go right there. Another key feature of this kayak that I like is how open the deck is. I mean, you can fit a huge cooler right here in the back, or even a 40-quart cooler sideways. I mean, this thing's wide open, so no matter what you have. I mean, if you were to go kayak hunting and you wanted to pack out a deer or a hog, you could dang near fit. I know you can fit a hog back here. You probably fit a deer right back here as well. So you have a wide open deck right here that's really nice, and it's something that a lot of kayaks don't have. You got your bungees that go all the way through, so if you need to secure stuff down once you're sliding it in there, you got something to secure your stuff to. It does come with your plug up top. I'm not very fond of kayaks that have plugs up top like this. I hate that you have to turn your kayak upside down and around and hold it up to get the water out of it. I feel like plugs that are on the bottom of your kayaks down here, all you got to do is just kind of hold it up or you know, slant it at an angle, and it'll drain the water off. But that's where the plug's at on this kayak. We do have another handle in the back right here, and then so that's pretty much that on the kayak. Now, a really cool thing that I love about this kayak is the rudder. Okay, so we'll talk about the rudder real quick. On most of your kayaks, your rudders are not controlled with actual cable. They're controlled with cordage rope, right? So those ropes, over time, they wear down, they get crossed up, and then they break, right? Well, these have what look to be like steel cable running through right there. So I would feel like that would be a lot more durable. It'd take a lot longer for those cables to fail on this kayak. And then if you needed to tighten up your rudder, if you got any slack, you got screws right there. You can just back them out, pull your cable through, tighten it back down, and you can take some slack out of your rudder pretty easily right there. Now, the rudder on this kayak does not have an up and down. It stays in position right here. So it's kind of out of the way right here in that it's leveled off with the hull of the kayak. But the way the kayak is tunneled, when the water comes through right here, you turn the rudder, it turns the kayak, right? I like that because it's one less thing that's going to fail on your kayak. You know, when I had a Hobie Outback, I haven't had any problems out of my Hobie PA, but in my Hobie Outback, I've broken a lot of rudder cables, and it's not the actual turning of the rudder, it's the dang cables that pick it up and let it down. So it's just one less thing that can fail on your kayak. And then, you know, you got your little steering mechanism right there. So all right, now, so the overall length of this kayak is 13 feet. The weight of it with the drive in it, everything like you see, is right at 80 pounds. And it has a 500-pound weight capacity. So You know, if you're like me, you weigh almost 300 pounds, you should be able to get in here no problem, and then also tote plenty of gear. So 500-pound weight capacity is a pretty big deal coming out of a $1,200 kayak. So now this kayak is not without flaws, y'all. Of course there are things in there that, you know, maybe could be different, this, that, and the other, but what you have to recognize is that this is not a Hobie or a Native or an Old Town pedal drive kayak, in that it also doesn't cost $3,000 to $5,000. This kayak is coming to you at $1,200. It does come with a warranty. I'm not sure what that warranty is, but at $1,200, this is a pretty solid kayak. I don't see many things that are going to fail on here. Maybe these clips over time, but I'm sure getting more clips would not be a problem. If I were to buy this kayak, that would probably be something that I would add to it, you know, or have ordered with it. I would order extra clips. I could just see maybe over time these wearing down and getting a little brittle. But other than that, I mean, this is a metal drive. It's very, very solid. Has very few moving parts on it. And there's just not a whole lot of stuff that can fail on this kayak, which is what you get with cheap kayaks. You're kind of teetering with reliability. But I don't see a whole lot of things that are going to go wrong with this kayak. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking. We're going to take this thing off the trailer, put it on the water, and we're going to see how fast it'll go, check out the reverse on it, check out the stability, and then see how well the kayak handles. Hop on in this thing right here. It's a little bit muddy right here. Oh, we're gonna get a little bit of mud on the kayak. All right, well, it feels comfortable. Feels real comfortable. All right, we have pedaled out right here. Just shove our paddle in the back. Drop this thing on down. Just like that. Pop our console in place. There we go. All right. All right, so I need to go backwards a little bit, I think. All right, so it's taking a little bit of getting used to, but I was sitting more forward at first. Now I'm leaning back a little bit. And we are moving pretty good. All right, let's try it in reverse real quick. On backwards. So if I were to be fishing right here, hook a redfish or something like that, and I want to pull them out of the stumps, easy to just go back in reverse. Then when I want to kick it back in drive and just go back forward, or just go back in reverse. All right, so I got my speedometer out right now, and I'm just sitting here at a cruising pace, and we're going 3 miles an hour right now. Just kind of cruising, which is what I cruise in my Hobie. Okay, I cruise at around 2.5, 3. We're sitting there going 3 right now. And let's see if I can sprint with it a little bit. See if we can get it. We got it going to 4. When we get it over 4, whew, yeah, I think 4 is where we're gonna live on a sprint. But cruising at 3 to 2, I mean, that's basically 2.5 miles an hour. That's on par for almost every pedal drive kayak. So that's nice right there. Speed's good to go. Go ahead and make a sharp turn. Check on our handling. Handling's a little wide, but I wouldn't say that it's any better or worse than just about any other kayak. So that's pretty much the turn radius right there. And then the moment of truth that y'all all been waiting for is the handling. All right, so we're gonna attempt to stand up. We are 300 pounds, well, 280, y'all, but we can go ahead and call it 300. But we are standing up right now. I feel a little wobbly, but that's probably just because I'm not used to a small kayak like this. But I'm 290 pounds, y'all, so standing up on this thing, do I feel like I could fish off of it? Absolutely. I don't stand up a lot to fish anyways, even out of my Hobie Pro Angler, but I definitely feel like it's doable. If you like standing up, I'd say the stability is pretty good on this kayak, y'all. All right, well, that's pretty much it. I got one more thing to cover with y'all. So this kayak does also come with a transducer slot. So if you want to rig it up with a fish finder, it's got a spot to flush mount a transducer underneath it. So that's pretty nice. Always good to have that right there, wire it through your kayak. But yeah, that's pretty much the deal. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I hope that this maybe helps some of y'all that are looking at getting into kayak fishing, but you don't want to drop, you know, $3,000–$4,000 on a kayak. This is a really good option for y'all right now. There are also other options in this kayak, shorter versions. They have Mirage drive options, so a lot of other options right there. Once again, I'm going to put Eddie Murphy's contact information in the description. Reach out to him if you're interested in one of these kayaks. It would make an awesome Christmas gift for somebody. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time.